welcome to your absolute abs workout. So pretty much as it says, we are going to simply focus on the abs for this short session today. Okay, so whenever you're ready, we're going to come down onto our backs. So just going to allow ourselves to settle here, back of the head into the ground, feet are flat, knees are parallel, arms down by your sides. We're going to do a little bit of mobilization first, really important to warm up through the back. So I'm going to invite you to arch through the spine, so take a pelvis tilt here, making a big gap underneath the back, and then go the other way, take an imprint, pressing your back down into the mat. Let's do that again. So we arch through the spine, lift the back as much as you can, and then press the back down into the ground. You should feel the tummy start to switch on as you imprint the spine. One more time. So we arch all the way up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then press the spine down. From here, lift your bottom, come into a bridge as we peel ourselves all the way up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, open up. This is a gorgeous stretch through the abdominals here to wake up through the tummy. And then as you roll down, we are having a lovely little mobilization through the back, activate through the tummy, and slowly roll down through the spine. Let's do that one more time. So you're going to arch that back first, make a big space, and then press the back into the ground, lift the bottom, ground down through those feet as you take yourself all the way up to a bridge here, level up through those hips, and then draw the belly in as you roll down through the spine. We are going to work a little bit of lower tummy first, so belly button down area. I'm going to invite you to bring both legs into tabletop, knees over hips, feet in line with knees. Keep the upper body relaxed. We exhale as we tap one foot to the ground. Inhale back to center and alternate. So I'm alternating leg taps here. Tapping one leg down at a time. So like I say, we're going to start with the lower abdominals here today. I want you to really focus on your back. We've just been doing the two extremes. We've been arching the back and imprinting the spine. So I'm inviting you to find somewhere in the middle of those two postures. So your back is not completely curved and it's not completely imprinted either. Scoop and hollow that belly, breathing out every time you tap down, inhaling as you come back to center. So again, like I mentioned, work in the pelvic floor area, the lower tummy area for this first part. If you're able to, double leg tap. I tap both feet to the floor and then come back up to center. So I'm tapping both feet down, scoop and hollow the belly, making sure the back doesn't lift, and then coming back to center. So your head, your shoulders, your arms are lovely and relaxed here. And if that feels too intense for you, please remember you can come back to the singles and you can alternate. So lower tummy here, breathing out every time we tap down. Let's go for two more, last two. Moving slow, steady, and controlled. Try not to rush it. One more time. Bringing those legs into tabletop and pause there. So we reset, realign, and settle. Now we're going to crisscross the feet. I go over, under, over, under. So upper body's not changing. Knees are staying over hips. A little crisscross. Make sure you're scooping the belly in. Over, under, over, under. I'm going to start to travel down towards the ground. 4 to get to the floor. I go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up for 4, 3, 2, 1. We go down for 4, 3, 2, 1. We come up for 4, 3. Keep it going, keep it going. So as you come down towards the floor, crisscrossing those feet, make sure the knees are staying wide and you're scooping and hollowing the belly. Don't let it bulge upwards. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up for 4, 3. Leave the legs in tabletop on 1. Beautiful. Okay, let's leave the legs as they are now, okay? We're going to slowly interlace the hands, cup the hands behind the head to give you a little bit of support. Press the elbows down into the ground. Now, I'm going to leave my legs in tabletop. You can put your feet down if that's more comfortable for you. A basic crunch. Exhale as we lift. Scoop and hollow the belly. Eye lines looking through the legs. Inhale as you lower. So our basic crunch here, we exhale as we come up. Now we're starting to work into the upper abdominals as well, okay? So breathing out as you lift, scoop and hollow. Inhaling as you come down. Let's do 3 pulses at the top. So we're going to come up and go 3, 2, 1, and then lower down. Again, we come up for 3, 2, 1, and then lower down. Now, as you do these 3 pulses, team, make sure your head and shoulders stay lifted. The elbows stay wide. You can see them out the corners of your eyes. Try not to bulge the belly up. Keep scooping and hollowing. And you're not pulling on your head. You're just assisting the head, giving it a little bit of extra support. Let's do this one more. We go for 3, for 2, for 1. Now come all the way up into your ab hold and pause there. Let's come back into our tap downs. You bring both feet to the ground. Come back up to center. Let's do that again. So we're staying in our ab hold now. Eye lines looking through the legs. Scoop and hollow that belly. We're tapping the feet down towards the mat. You could do singles if that feels more comfortable for you, or you could stay with the doubles. Let's do this twice more. Keep the head and shoulders lifted. Exhaling as you lower. Inhaling as you come back. One more time. Breathing out. Inhale as you come back. Now let's pop both feet onto the ground. Pop your head and shoulders onto the ground. Take a moment to reset. Press the elbows wide. Knees stay parallel. Come back into that basic crunch. Exhale as we lift. Inhale as we lower. So we've just done this, but now we've got our feet on the floor. So a little bit more support for the lower back. We're breathing out as we come up, and we're inhaling as we come down. 3 pulses, team. We go for 3, 2, 1, and then lower. So you're coming up for 3, for 2, for 1. Try not to go too quickly down. Make sure you're supporting yourself on the way down, not collapsing into a heap. Sliding the ribs down towards the hips. 3 little pulses there. Inhaling as you lower. Let's do that one more time. For 3, for 2, for 1. Now leave your head and shoulders on the floor. Bring in the arms down by your sides and gently turn your head side to side. A little neck release here. We're going to give the upper body time to reset again while we focus back down on the lower body. Okay? So when you are ready to join me, bringing the head back to center alignment. Now we're going to lift both legs into tabletop once again. So legs are coming into tabletop. Activate through the belly, support the lower back. Okay? Single leg extension. We extend one leg away. Take a breath out. Inhale back to center and exhale, change sides. Extending that leg away and then bringing that leg back in. So realign, make sure the spine is nice and long. The shoulder blades are pressing down into the ground. Scooping and hollowing that belly as you breathe out, lengthening. Inhaling as you come back into center. We're going to do this twice more. Last 2 here. Taking your time. Remember, only doing what feels right for you. Really important. Now I'm going to invite you to straighten your left leg to a hover. Now you can keep that left leg off the ground, or to modify, you could put the left leg onto the mat, okay? From here, the right foot is going to tap the floor and then lift back up. So the right leg touches down and the right leg comes back up. Make sure the belly's not lifting. You might want to put your hand onto your belly to make sure it's staying stable. The left leg can be on the ground or it can be in a hover. That's entirely up to you here, okay? Last one. Exhaling and then inhaling. Bring everything back into tabletop. Let's do the same on the other side. So we extend the right leg away. Find a point of hover or pop that leg down. And then the left leg touches down and comes back up. Left leg taps down and comes back up. You should feel this really tightening here. Breathing out as you lower. Inhale as you come back. Making sure the head and shoulders are fully relaxed here. We've got 3 more. So 3, slow and steady. 2 more for 2. You're doing so well. I know it's intense. We've got 1 more time for 1. Gently bring both legs back into tabletop and pop those feet down onto the ground. Give those legs a little rock side to side. Maybe have a little bit of mobilization in the lower body. Is your upper body ready to get back involved again? Yes, of course it is. So bring yourself back to center. Knees parallel. We interlace the hands again, popping the hands behind the head, and the elbows are nice and wide as we reset ourselves here. This time, team, I'm going to invite you to take your right foot and place it on top of your left thigh. So we're taking a figure 4 here, okay? So the right knee's pressing away from you, a lovely way to open up through that hip. Basic crunch. We exhale as we lift, we inhale as we lower. So we exhale as we come up, slide the ribs down. You've done this basic crunch already. The tummy's probably remembering. Sliding down, opening out through the hip. The right knee is still pressing away from you here. We're going to do this twice more. A little basic crunch, trying to get yourself a little higher every time. On your second one, let's come up and hold. So pause here. You're going to slide that right leg over. The thighs come together now, completely crossed. Shimmy your shoulder blades a bit higher if you can. Bring both knees in towards the chest. Try and lift your bottom slightly, and then tap the left toe back down to the ground. I bring both knees in, trying to get my bum off the ground, and then slowly the left toes touch down. Keep going. Your modification is to put your head and shoulders on the floor. If you want to, that's absolutely fine. And you don't have to try and lift that bottom. If that's a step too far, feel free to simply bring the legs in and out, which is just as much of a challenge, okay? Let's do this twice more. Exhaling as you come in, inhaling as you go down, exhaling in, inhale down. Now pause here, bring the left elbow across to the right knee. Lift the left foot off the floor, and then you're going to extend the left leg, open up, ready for a cross crawl. Here we go. I switch and hold, switch and hold, twist and hold. For 5, for 4, still smiling, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Coming back to center, bend those knees, pop your head down onto the ground. Take a little breath, a bit of a moment here. Before you're ready to join me, the left foot goes on top of the right thigh. We press that left knee away. We basic crunch now. Exhaling as we lift up, inhaling as we lower. Now, as you start to fatigue in the tummy, your body's going to try to incorporate other body parts. So your neck, your shoulders, your back. If it does do that, please stop. And there's nothing to say that you can't just do half of this video and then maybe keep practicing. And then eventually you'll get to the stage where you do the whole thing. Okay, so don't keep going if you're feeling it in the wrong areas. That's really important to remember. Let's lift and hold here. So lift the shoulders, shimmy yourself up, slide the thighs over. The legs are completely together now. We lift the right foot, bring the knees in, try and get the bottom up, and then the right toes tap down. So I'm bringing those legs in and then controlling as we tap down. Trying to keep the elbows wide, trying to keep the shoulder blades lifted. Remembering to breathe always helps. Exhaling as you come in, being careful as you tap down. We are going to stay here for 2 more, trying to make it as big a movement as you can. And then you're going to bring the right elbow to the left knee, lift those legs up, extend the right leg away, and we cross crawl. Switch and hold, switch and hold. So a big twist here. Try and touch the outside of the knee. If you can, let's go for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly come down, pop your head down, arms down by your sides. Turn that head side to side when you're ready. Make sure the neck is feeling okay, the upper back is feeling good. And then settle that head in center when you're ready. Press the back into the ground, lift the bottom. Take a lovely bridge here. It's a great way to stretch out those tummy muscles. Press the hips up as high as they will go. And then slowly rolling yourself down, vertebrae by vertebrae, bringing the bottom back down onto the ground. Gorgeous work. Hugging those knees in towards your chest, maybe massaging that back side to side. And then I'm going to roll all the way up and over. So feel free to join me in a roll over, or you could use your hands to bring yourself up. We're going to come over onto all fours. And then we're going to step straight back into our high plank. Your modification here, team, is to come into a low plank, which would be on your knees. But I would like everyone to have their hands under their shoulders, elbows soft, left. The head is in front of the hands, hips are square, and you're drawing that belly in towards that spine. We are pausing here, everybody. We're going to take a little rock. So I bring my weight forwards and push the heels back. Bring in the weight forwards and pushing the heels back. We're not going up and down. We're going forwards and back here. Keeping the spine long. Using that breath one more time, forward and back. And then pausing there. Settle, stay strong. Try and find some stillness in amongst the shakes. For 4, for 3, for 2, wait for it. Whether you're on your feet, your toes, or your knees, we all come down onto our forearms. Elbows underneath shoulders. Find a low plank now. Make sure you're pressing away from the ground. Don't collapse into the shoulders. Modification on your knees, absolutely fine. You pause here. Scoop and hollow the belly. Remember to focus on your breath. And then we rock forwards and back. Coming forwards onto my toes, pushing back onto the heels. Scooping that belly in. Don't go up or down. Simply forwards and back. One more time. And then pause there. Hold it here. I know this is the tough part, but this is the end. So stay here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Come onto those knees. Uncurl the toes. Let your body come down to the ground. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders and carefully bring yourself up onto all fours in your own time. Once you get here, let's take a cat and cow, making sure that the back is feeling okay. Rounding through the spine. Finding that gorgeous mobility, that movement. Yes, obviously we wanted to work on our abs today, a short little ab sequence, but important to look after the spine, the back as well. Let's gently find a child's pose, bottom towards the heels. Slide those arms forwards. Let your forehead come down towards the ground. Breathe here in your child's pose. And maybe if you have time, head to the pre-recorded section of the Pilates classes and find some back strength exercises as well. There's some videos on there that focus on the back. So maybe it might be quite nice if you've got the opportunity to work on the back body as well. Slowly walk those hands in towards the thighs. So we end up kneeling here, rolling the shoulders down the back, taking that cat and cow once again. A little bit of mobility through the back here, opening up through the chest, curving through the spine, inviting those shoulder blades together, having a little neck stretch at the same time as the chin comes down. And then we curve up. Let's do that one more time. Last one here today, team. And then pause at the top. You did it. A short little ab burner there. Great to add on to the end of a workout, or just if you've got a little bit of time to squeeze a short workout in, then it's a great one for you. Hopefully I will see you on the mat again really soon.